Looks like I'm here with another one of these update videos, so I have a lot to discuss, so I'll just jump right into it. Now, the first thing that I want to get out of the way is cancellations. Both Project Zeta and Nut by Dat Squirrel, they've both been canceled. It seemed very abrupt to hype these series up for like over a year to just cancel them, but trust me, it's for the best. Now, everything seemed that everything was going on fine and I was working on them, but behind the scenes, everything was just a giant mess. It was not the case here. It was just hard working on scripts for Project Zeta, and I never really felt fully satisfied with what I did. Not to mention actually getting everyone together to like write and film and do all this stuff. It was just way too much. It was too ambitious for its own good. Plus, quarantine pretty much killed all momentum that the projects had because I just kind of with quarantine, I just kind of lacked motivation to work on the project, and it really screwed over the thing at the end of the day. And then there's Nut by Dat Squirrel, and it should honestly be no surprise that this thing got canceled. The entire project from the beginning was just a mess. It was just frustrating putting everything together. Pandemic also, messed up a lot and I lacked motivation to continue writing. It was just a mess and it didn't work out. It wasn't funny. It was just terrible. It's honestly a godsend that this thing didn't come out. If it did, it would have been terrible. So I'm blessing your eardrums. I'm doing a blessing. That's what I'm doing. Now, it sucks to see these projects go and to let them, not happen. But trust me, I've learned a lot from both of these projects working on them, and I feel I'm kind of a better content creator learning from the mistakes that I made. And honestly, it's better to work on bigger and better projects than to just stay onto the past just to not let it die. Now then, I have some very big news about the plush content. What's been the bread and the butter and bread of my channel since day one. And I think it's time to say that I'm going to be moving away from that type of content. It's not completely canceled. There will still be some plush videos releasing this year. But I'm just going to be moving away from that style of content for many reasons. And, oh, fuck. And the main reason is that they're just not that good. Now, I'm not someone who looks at those old content yelling about how, oh, it was never good and I don't understand why anyone liked it in the first place. I'm not like that, as those videos are some of my personal favorite videos that I've done. And if you enjoy them, then that's great. I'm glad that you found enjoyment in them, but they take so much time. Yeah. I can't read sometimes, It just gets a thing where you read, and you blank out because you can't read your script. Anyways, but they take so much time to put together, and mostly after all that time, once I'm done with them, I still don't feel fully satisfied with what I've made, mainly because of another reason I'll discuss. Now, I still want to complete my phase 1 of this series since I've worked so hard to... Everything screws me over. That moment when you want to sneeze and you're about to sneeze and then you just don't sneeze. Cock and ball. Anyways, so since I've worked so hard to get it where it was today, I'm not going to completely cancel it because I still want to complete phase 1. But it's going to be more of a passion project kind of thing rather than my main style of content. And it's not the main part of my content anymore because I really just want to move on to better things that I want to do. Another factor is that I'm honestly kind of getting a bit too old for this. Now, I'm not being a giant hypocrite. People in the comments or whatever are going to be like, oh, you're never too old to do what you love. But I don't find as much enjoyment doing them as I did a few years ago when I was a little kid. I'm just getting too old. I'm gonna be going into like high school. It's understandable why I'm not making this my main style of content, And the final reason is because, well, I think we all know what the real funny content is on this channel, and that's the podcast. This golden hit of a series that I started to have something fun to do every month soon became an instant success with not only me, but the viewers also seem to really enjoy it, since some of my most viewed videos are podcast episodes, and I think it's really funny. They think it's really funny. What more can I say other than it's a great quality series that you should watch? Not only that, but the food trilogy of videos that I made on this channel. It's literally just a trilogy of videos of me eating food in front of a camera. And not only have they become some of my most watched videos, but they're some of the personal favorite videos that I've ever made. And so these two changed my whole perception on my content, as plush videos that I spent hours and hours working on were less funny than videos that were made live without a single piece of a script. So I finally took a step back and I told myself, what do you really want to do? And in the end, I decided that it's better for me to make the content that I myself think is better. So going forward, I want to do a lot more content like the podcast, and a lot less content that's like, you know, the plus stuff. In that case, if I want to make my content in that style, what exactly is in store then? Well, just take a look. First up is a series I like to call Pepsi Plays, inspired by Pineapple Gamer, just with no correlation to it, and now making them proper Let's Plays. This time it's not just going to be me, as we'll have some guests on board of each series. Sometimes even more than one guest, like 2 or 3. The 2 series that we are starting are Donkey Kong Country Returns, with my friends Eric and Jamie, and Star Fox 64, with Poke from the podcast. Next up is 501 Studios Animated Adventures. This is a short series that, you know, might get taken out for a different series. But it's just a short series that will be reenacting moments from the 501 Studios podcast, as well as Pepsi Plays, or any other funny moments. It's exactly what it sounds like. I'm sure you've seen tons of shows on the internet like it. It's not much different. Although this time it's got a bit of a twist of it, as now the moments are animated by plush representations of the moment instead of a cartoon form, because I can't afford an animator. Now, even though I said I'm moving away from plush content, I'm still not getting rid of it entirely, as it's still the community that I came from, and I feel this is a cool way to remember it in some way, with making little plush versions of moments. Next up, now the podcast will be coming back for the 501 Studios podcast season 2. And with a brand new setup and better quality control, these new episodes are just going to be better than ever. The first episode will be premiering live on February 21st with the same lineup as the last episode. It's going to be lots of laughs, lots of funny ha-ha hee-hees, tons of crazy topics to discuss, and I'm hoping that you guys can come to enjoy it. Now, the last season had 10 episodes, but this season will only have 8 episodes because of a new schedule that we're using. I know it sounds like a downgrade, but trust me, spreading out these episodes will only ensure that they will be of a higher quality, as we will have more topics to discuss. How it's working is that we're getting rid of 4 episodes out of a 12-year thing. So the first month of every quarter of the year will not have a podcast. So January, April, July, October. Those are the 4. Now, anyways, even though I said that I'd prefer to do less scripted kind of stuff, I'm still working on one scripted show, which is a show that I actually genuinely really want to do. And it's a gaming review show. Now, I know it sounds drawn out, it's been done time and time again, but trust me, I will find ways to make it the most original that it can be. Not generic-ish gamer review show. For one, what will actually be neat is that it will actually be probably the first Let's Play show with a running storyline in each episode. I know that sounds terrifying, but trust me, it's not nostalgia critic levels of, I'm gonna stop the review halfway to do a skit that isn't that funny. Trust me, I'm working really hard to make these reviews not only actual good reviews, but as well as making them fresh and original, you know. Trust me, it's unlike any other game review you've probably ever seen, and I hope that you will enjoy it. So overall, this is the brand new schedule for the content or at least for the month of February. Brand new original series, not to mention I'm going to be doing live streams over on my Twitch soon. There's still tons of stuff that I want to talk about on my second channel. Old plush content you guys will still get every now and then, and if you still haven't gotten enough, there will be some more stuff over on the other 5-1 Studios members' channels. I mean, it's overall just going to be a great year for this content. And with that, I'm completely done with my insane ramblings. I've spoken for far too long, and I'm just going to shut up now.